Let's talk about the person you are trying to manifest. The one you can't stop thinking about. The one you've been trying to get right. The one you're wondering if it's even possible to experience the way you want. And I want to tell you something that may shake you a little, but also set you free. They don't have free will. Not when it comes to you. They can only reflect who you are being, not just what you think about them, but how you think about yourself. When you say they're not ready, they're emotionally unavailable, they're choosing someone else, what you're really saying is, I believe I am someone who is not chosen, not prioritized, not loved the way I want. They're not rejecting you, they are reflecting you. This is not blame, but rather a reminder of your power. Because it means you don't have to wait for them to wake up. You just have to wake up to yourself. Neville said, change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Do not try to change people. They are only messengers telling you who you are. Stop trying to fix them, control them, decode them, giving them all of these definitions we have nowadays to describe certain people. Instead, start becoming the version of you who is already in the relationship and let them mirror that version back to you. This is where most people get stuck. They're affirming things like they love me, they're obsessed with me, they miss me. But inside, they still think I'm too much, I mess things up, I don't feel good enough. And the mirror responds accordingly. So I want you to ask yourself, what version of me is attracting this behavior? Do I believe I'm wanted? Do I believe I'm worth consistent love? Have I taken on the many beliefs of today's dating culture? If not, that's your work. Because when you change who you're being, they will have to respond. Your imagination is the only real place that matters. Why? Because imagination is a layer of reality that's already real. Neville said, imagination is the only redemptive power. So instead of waiting for the 3D to catch up, go into your imagination and experience them as already yours. Not like a desperate fantasy, but like a remembering, a memory. Feel their hand in yours. Hear their voice calling you, beloved, babe, whatever it is. Rest in the reality where it's already done, because that version is just as real as this one. The more you dwell there, the more the physical world bends. But how will it happen, might you ask? Doesn't matter. If you knew it was already done, you wouldn't micromanage the details. You wouldn't obsess over who texted first, who apologized, who initiated what. The version of you who is already in love is not asking those questions, they're just being it. Stop saying, but I messed up, but they're blocked, I'm blocked, but they moved on. There are no buts in the version of you who already has it. You don't get what you deserve, you get what you embody. So choose that version and let the how melt away. If they hurt you, ghosted you, chose someone else, you don't need to forgive them for them. You forgive them so you can stop staying in the version of yourself that feels abandoned, rejected, or not enough. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's identity protection. You're not excusing what happened, you're refusing to keep being the version of you that keeps replaying it. Because when you forgive, you unstick yourself. You loosen your grip on the timeline where you were hurt and shift into the one where you're loved. Even in scripture, Christ said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." That's the essence here. Your SP is not doing anything to you. They're showing you who you are right now. Change the mirror and they change with it. Money version of your SP, maybe they only show up when you're high value, quote unquote. You believe love is earned and so is support. But if you shift into the version of you who is always worthy, always seen, they'll mirror that with generosity, consistency, and devotion. Your romantic SP, maybe they've been distant, cold, confused. But when you stop being the version of you who chases love and instead become the version who already is love, they return softened, present, and certain of you. In relation to a job-related SP dynamic, maybe your boss, coworker, or collaborator doesn't see your value. You stop trying to prove yourself. You embody the version of you who already is enough. And suddenly they shift or they fall away and better one shows up. Health dynamic. Maybe the issue is you felt unseen in your health even by professionals. But what happens when you stop believing yourself broken? When you embody the version of you who's already whole? Your reflection adjusts, whether it's people, circumstances, or your body. Everything listens to you. Your SP, and of course with all those examples, it comes in many forms. So I'm not talking about just love, but your SP in any given situation is not the power. Don't put them on the pedestal. You are the power that gives them the power. They don't get to decide how this plays out. You do. So stop giving them free will in your story. Stop saying they're not ready. Stop making excuses for timelines you don't even like. Choose again. Choose a version of you who is already chosen, and the reflection will have no choice but to follow. This is not manipulation. It's simply selecting. You're not forcing your being. And in being, you become the one who no longer hopes because you already have.